Pikmin 4 is finally released after what seems like an endless development cycle, and I'll be honest, it seems like not many people care. I mean, Pikmin's a very niche game series for Nintendo. Really, the best-selling one is probably only a few million copies with Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. But let me tell you, as someone who's played every single Pikmin game and beat them all -2 because my memory card corrupted while playing it, let me tell you, all the Pikmin games get better and better as time goes on. They get better in terms of quality of life improvements, Pikmin added to the game, things that do minus just the main story. And if you care, graphics also get better. And in my few hours, Pikmin 4 is no different in terms of just improving on the series. Before we fully dive into it, make sure you like and subscribe as it helps out the channel a lot. But let's get into Pikmin 4. Now, stories for Pikmin games have always been fun, in my opinion. I've always had a lot of fun with them. But I feel as time goes on, they have gotten easier. But I feel that's also a normal thing for Nintendo in 2023. I mean, look at Kirby in the Forgotten Land. That is a fantastic addition to the Kirby series, but that game is very easy and very casual. Up until like the end of the post game, I feel like it adds a little bit of challenge with that Souls-like boss. And now they've added a lot of new things in the Pikmin 4, but it's potentially easier in some areas compared to Pikmin 3. And the main premise of Pikmin 4 seems to be rescue and rescue corps members, rescuing Captain Olimar, and rescuing random civilians who got stuck on this planet that you land on as well. Now you get a small little tutorial where you play as Captain Olimar, and it just teaches you how to play the game really. But I feel after that tutorial, I haven't seen him after that tutorial, and I've played for a few hours, and I have a feeling it's going to be like Pikmin 3 where you don't really see Captain Olimar again until the end of the game. And obviously I think it's smart to start the game with Captain Olimar as he's the most well-known character, as he's the star in 1 and 2. And he's obviously well known for this small game called Super Smash Bros. The rest of the story in this game, you need to collect this new currency called Sparkium, which you get every time you collect treasures. And the treasures are scattered all over the map, all in the caves, which we'll get to in a little bit. But every X amount of Sparkium seems to open up a new area for you to explore. And those areas get harder as time goes on. But what is some of the new stuff that's been added into Pikmin 4? Well, there's a good amount of small and large changes, as well as things from the past being in the game. And I'll cover everything that I've personally noticed so far, whether I like it or not. And I'm like 4 to 5 hours into the game. Firstly, the first major thing I notice is you have a cap on how many Pikmin you can have, which is usually the case in the game, but you have a cap of 100 Pikmin in every other Pikmin game. But in this game, it starts off with a cap of 10. And you can get more Pikmin by gaining this onion-looking item and then throwing it in the onion. And then that allows you to get more Pikmin. I'm personally up to like 60 Pikmin so far, and at first I wasn't a big fan of having a cap on how many Pikmin I was able to hold, but I've realized and come to terms with this, and I've kind of like it now, but it's kind of easier having a cap on how many Pikmin you have. You don't have to worry about 100 Pikmin, a couple Pikmin getting lost here and there. I feel it's a good way to gradually lean into the game, and it helps new players that have never really played a game like this, and they kind of just want to play a new hot Nintendo game, because Nintendo doesn't have too much coming out this year. I think having a cap on Pikmin is a good thing, and it can help a new player with organization. It's definitely a lot easier to keep track of 30 Pikmin compared to 100. Now, probably the biggest thing that a lot of people notice, and I think it's a good thing Nintendo added this because everybody loves this, it's a dog named Ochi. Let's be honest, dogs and cats in video games, it gets people's attention. People love animals, animals are great. I was unsure about Ochi at first when I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, is this dog gonna be, fun? Is it gonna be worth it? And let me tell you, after playing for a few hours, this dog is actually a very nice addition to the game. They make traveling so much easier, as you can just have you and your Pikmin get on its back and you just walk around the world. And attacking is also a lot easier with the charge feature on the dog. And then the dog also has upgrades where you can become stronger to have more weight, carry more weight. He can have the strength of 100 Pikmin. Imagine having the strength of 100 Pikmin. His charge may become faster. He can heal himself automatically. The dog has a lot of upgrades. And you can get upgrades by getting people points. It's what I'm calling them. Every time you rescue a rescue corps member or a civilian, you get a people point, is what I'm saying. And those people points can be used to upgrade the dog. Which can lead me to the next point, which is right next to this upgrade area. You can buy items with this new gem currency. This gem currency is scattered throughout the world, and your Pikmin just go out and carry it. And the gems can be used to buy items and build objects like bridges in the Pikmin world, which is very nice compared to the other games where you have to go find the bridge pieces, which isn't, that annoying. But being able to build the bridge with just gems that you find, which, you turn into clay and all that, I don't know the science in the Pikmin universe, but it's just a very nice small quality of life change, which can also lead to another small quality of life change, which is assigning shortcuts on the D-pad. The items that you can buy, like bombs, you can assign them onto the D-pad for easy use. You could also assign, like, you know, disband the Pikmin for easy organization on the D-pad. That's just a nice small quality of life change. And now, before talking about the biggest additions to the game, let me name one more small quality of life change that if you've never played a Pikmin game before, you won't even know it's a quality of life change, and it's the ability to move your base. In all the other Pikmin games, you're always stuck in one spot for the onion. The onion is where the Pikmin live. And you have to get shortcuts. You have to, you know, move your Pikmin around. They have to go across the map sometimes because items are so far away. But in this game, you can just move your base to one of these, like, red circles that Captain Olimar has left out. And being able to move your base has actually been such a good quality of life change. I cannot express that enough. Okay, now let's go to the two biggest additions that I've seen so far. Firstly, the cave system from Pikmin 2 is back. You go through a cave which could have multiple levels and you fight enemies and collect treasures. I'm not sure if these caves in Pikmin 4 have bosses like Pikmin 2, but so far they feel a lot easier compared to the original caves in Pikmin 2. But it's very nice to see them again, and like in Pikmin 2, you can get special Pikmin in these caves that you can't spawn more of on the overworld. And so far, the only new Pikmin I've seen is the Ice Pikmin, which has the ability to freeze enemies and water. And the other big addition in this game is Dandori Battles, which could have multiple different, like, little mini games in the story, but I've only seen 2 of them so far. I was very unsure about this edition when I saw it in the trailer, as it looked a little silly. But the Dandori Battles I've done so far, you collect as many gems as you can in a certain amount of time, and if you collect enough gems, you get to rescue a civilian, and you get gems which allow you to buy items and, you know, make bridges in the game. And then the other Dandori battle, you have to go up against a bot AI, and you have to collect more materials than them in terms of weight. And lastly, there's one big addition that I haven't talked about because I haven't ran into it personally, but it was in the trailers, and it's the ability to go out at night. Usually in all the other Pikmin games, at night you just go up in your spaceship and then you start the next day immediately after a quick little, like, mission recap. But this game, you can go out at night at some point, and it looks like the enemies have a blood moon effect on them, like it's Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, where enemies are just stronger. But maybe the materials are worth more at that point, so you get more Sparkium. I'm not sure, but I think it's a really nice addition to help improve some difficulty in the game, because so far the game has been very easy, but very fun. And that's really everything to talk about with Pikmin 4. The story is usually kind of short in Pikmin, probably 10 to 15 hours if you've never played. But this game seems to add a good amount with side missions that you can do, which would definitely help extend the life of the story. And then the cave system being back as well. I'm a big fan of the cave system. I stunk at it in Pikmin 2. I lost so many damn Pikmin in those caves in those 6 hours that I got to play. But I like having the cave system back and being able to make your own little rescuer, despite the options being quite limited, it seems. They don't got a bald feature. What the hell, man? But the rescue one, it's kind of fun to have. The caves are fun. The Dandori battles are fun. The campaign seems to be cute, good fun overall. If you've never played a Pikmin game before, I would highly suggest starting with this one. It's a great introduction to the series. It's also probably a lot easier compared to Pikmin 1 and 2. Those games are on GameCube, and GameCube games are a lot harder, I would say, compared to Switch games in 2023. But if you really like this game, you can go out and try Pikmin 1 and 2. They got, you know, remastered kind of and thrown on the Switch. And then you can play Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which I find to be pretty easy. But really, Pikmin 4, great way to start the series. You don't need to know history about Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 to play this game. And if you never played it and you like it, you'll have 3 other games to play. So thanks for watching this video on Pikmin. If you want to watch me play it live, you can watch it on twitch.tv/Burr. I'll be probably playing this game until I beat it. Probably not, you know, probably over a few days, of course. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.